Hi all, today PhoneArena is presenting you the LG Optimus One. It's one of the two handsets that LG announced when the company presented the start of the Optimus line of handsets, which includes Android phones as well as Windows Phone 7 devices. The LG Optimus One is running Android 2.2 Froyo, which makes it special since even high-end headsets now are waiting for the update to the latest version of Android. It has a nice design, very comfortable to hold due to the average weight and dimensions. And with this soft touch coating all around, it's also easy to operate with one hand. Otherwise, it's a mid-range handset with 600 MHz chipset, 3.2-inch capacitive touchscreen, which is fairly responsive, 320 by 480 pixels of resolution. In terms of color representation, it's quite good, average brightness and decent viewing angles. The four navigational Android buttons below the screen are physical, not capacitive, but they are very comfortable and very easy to press. This chrome-like rim around the handset brings a certain style to it, black on chrome. On the back there's a 3 megapixel camera, which is also with chrome-like accents. The only downside of the rim is that the volume button and the lock and power button here are part of the thin half of the rim, which makes them a bit hard to find, and they're not very easy to press as well. You have to get used to it. After examining the pleasant design of the LG Optimus One, it's time to have a look at the software and see if LG has introduced any changes to the stock Android 2.2 interface. The best part of the software on the LG Optimus One is of course that it is running Froyo from the very beginning. LG hasn't skinned it too much. The dock at the bottom of the home screen has grown now to accommodate 2 more shortcuts than standard for a total of 5. And nothing extraordinary in the widget section as well. Default home screen comes with the weather widget pre-populated, and the others are messaging, calendar, music widget here, and the bookmarks widget. Almost everything else is standard. Froyo, the dialer, contacts. You can link your Facebook, Twitter, and exchange with Gmail friends here, of course, and have a look at what's happening on their social networking accounts straight from the Contacts application. You can have a look at their photos. Basically, it's using the LG Facebook application, which is integrated in Contacts though. The main menu is also stock Android, a grid of shortcut icons. You can scroll up and down. There's a fair amount of lag in scrolling in the menu. And the only applications besides the typical Google services that come with Android phones that LG has included are the Facebook and Twitter applications, as well as Think Free Office for viewing and editing of Office documents. What we really like in LG handsets of late is this pull-down notification bar, where we have the connectivity switches for Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, GPS, and the profiles. This is a very welcome addition, which we're seeing on LG and Samsung handsets lately, and we really feel that it should be included in Android as a stock feature. The LG email client is quite good. It has a combined inbox for various popular online email accounts. Scrolling is very smooth, as you can see. It can show you the emails in HTML view with all the pictures, attachments and stuff. Let's try and reply to an email so we can show you the keyboard. The default LG Portrait keyboard uses triple tap for text input, which is kind of an archaic method. We're used to QWERTY keyboards. In landscape mode it turns to QWERTY, of course. And it's fairly decent experience to type on it, but in the end we quickly reverted back to the default Android keyboard. Because we'd like to see QWERTY in portrait mode. It's much easier for us to type like that. The camera interface on the LG Optimus One is quite touch optimized. There are a number of shooting modes, including macro and face tracking, several scene presets, as well as these shot modes that are trademark for LG, such as a beauty shot and art shot. These are present in video mode as well. Different color effects can be applied before the video is taken. The pictures themselves turned out a bit out of focus, although they had accurate color representation and good enough detail for the 3 megapixel camera. Especially in low light situations, there's a certain amount of noise to the photos, almost excessive, which again is normal for the type of shooter in the LG Optimus One, while it's shooting video 17 frames per second are nothing to write home about, and the image quality is not very good. Let's have a look at the browser. Scrolling is pretty good, as long as there aren't many flash elements on the page. It's smooth, panning around as well. Double tap and multi-touch. Decent performance for a 600 MHz chipset. The only gripe we have with the browser is that it doesn't support Adobe Flash fully, so Flash-based sites and content are basically a no-go in this browser. In the end, we'll have to conclude that the LG Optimus One matches its price point in terms of features, even is slightly above it due to the pleasant design. It's comfortable to hold and operate with one hand. Also, the interface is decent, almost stock Android 2.2 Froyo. It lacks a little bit here and there, a bit choppy in browsing when there's flash elements on the page. And here we come to the biggest complaint we have. The LG Optimus One doesn't support Adobe Flash fully, which can be expected from a 600 MHz chipset, but still full support of Adobe Flash is expected from Froyo. Also, the camera makes quite noisy pictures in low light situations. Again, it's something that comes with the price point of the handset. All in all, LG has done a very good job with the Optimus One. It functions very well as a mid-range Android handset, and the call quality is very good. We were able to hear people loud and clear in the earpiece, although they were not able to hear us that loud, but our voices were clear. And the battery in 3G mode lasts 7.5 hours of talk time. We were able to squeeze almost 2 days of average use out of the handset, which is very good for an Android phone. And its direct competitor is probably the Samsung Galaxy 3, which is less cool in terms of design, and on top of that is still with Android 2.1. So we definitely can recommend the LG Optimus One as a mid-range Android handset. This was a video review of the LG Optimus One from PhoneArena.